Let's see. Tonight we are resurrecting something from beyond the grave. So be all you can brick. I like that name. I like that name. Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we are going to resurrect Stormbreaker. Now, I once had a Stormbreaker that was about 3 feet tall. It's pretty tall. Let me set this up. Let me get some music going first. There we go. So let me tell you guys the story of how this Stormbreaker came to be. About 2 years ago, me and my former boss, we were at a convention, and we were building Lego stuff for kids and everything like that, right? And we were just building stuff, and he built a Mjolnir, and he built it, and he didn't like how it looked. So I said, I gave him some suggestions. I'm like, well, the hammer looks like a hammer, looks like a T, T for Thor. So, build it like that. He was like, you know what, man? Take it home and you rebuild it. I said, cool. This was around the time of Infinity War. Infinity War came out, and then I saw Stormbreaker. Now, for those who know comics, Stormbreaker is usually the weapon of choice for Beta Ray Bill, one of my favorite characters. So I said, okay, they're using Stormbreaker here. That's cool. And I was like, all right, I think what would be really cool is if we built a Stormbreaker. So Stormbreaker came up to be around this big. Then we made it a little bit bigger. And I kept adding to it. It was my fifth render of Stormbreaker. So we went on Buddy versus Christmas, right? This is a year later. We're on Buddy versus Christmas. And, Buddy versus Christmas is the cool show that we did. Me, my brother, along with Mel, Iceberg Bricks, Jermaine, BX Bricks, and Manny, Viva_Lego. So we went on the show. We killed it. We did our thing. And we had Stormbreaker. Stormbreaker was supposed to be in our background, in our build. So when we were doing our build, we were supposed to have Stormbreaker in the background. And Buddy said, hey, man, can we put Stormbreaker in our background? But you're going to have to change it because Stormbreaker is an IP, is intellectual property, and we don't want to get sued and everything. I was like, cool. So I rebuilt. I just added a few things to Stormbreaker, right? Just to change it up. So I added those things to Stormbreaker, changed it up and everything like that. And he said, cool, we're going to use it. They put Stormbreaker in the background of their set. But they filmed the skit where they were going to take up the hammer and be like, hey, the people that were competed against this week built this. And they were going to swing the hammer into one of their cakes or something like that. So it's a Lego build, right? So it's not made to swing. At least not the one that I built for them. It's more showcase than actual action. So his son picked it up, swung it back, and the top fell off and broke, shattered into a bunch of pieces. So they told me, they were like, hey, man, we had a thing that we wanted to do, and this happened. We're so sorry. We didn't mean for it to happen. I said, no, that's cool. We filmed something before, but it came off a little too harsh, I guess, towards me, which I didn't mind. But, we didn't want to be the type of show that manufactured drama and kind of put a damper on the entire mood of the show, right? So we cut it out. So we chose not to do it. But they brought this to me. They put my Stormbreaker in a bucket. So they swept up all the pieces and they put it in a bucket. This was parts of Stormbreaker here. And here's some other parts of it here. So yeah. So tonight and for the rest of this week, I'm going to do my best. We're going to rebuild Stormbreaker. and I'm going to build it using these extra orange pieces that I received. Because I use these pieces to rebuild it. So I'm going to use it to build out the frame on the inside and then build out the outside. Sans Brego, pure drama. Not at all. No drama. Just preaching facts. All right, let's get to it though. So I'm gonna man, I'm gonna separate a few things here. Man, it's kind of hurts, man. I've had this sitting downstairs since December. I keep looking at it like, man, when am I gonna get to this? So right now we're in between projects. We're done with the M3. The M3 video is gonna be dropping this week. I finished the portrait for my sister. That's done, out the way. What happened to Mickey Mouse, my man? What was I supposed to do with Mickey Mouse again? I don't remember. I don't remember. All right. Yeah, man, I'm done with that picture. I'm done with that painting for my sister. It's finished. I just got to spray. I got to spray it down. Once I spray it down, then we're good to go. I could deliver it to her, and that's it. I'm supposed to make another one? Man, I may have forgotten. So we're gonna look at this. Look at this. I gotta sort. So I'm gonna have to sort this out, right? So I'm gonna have to get the browns. A giant Mickey. I'm almost positive we never spoke about that. I'm almost positive we didn't speak about that. All right. How am I gonna do this? So I brought a bin, but I brought this bin for another reason. It's for my classes. I want to start using this smaller bin for my classes, the bigger bins for my in person. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know where to start. All right. Oh, I know what to do. I'm gonna dump everything in here. Oh man, look at the disrespect, man. They put it in a dirty bucket. They put it in a dirty bucket. Oh my gosh, the disrespect, man. No, but it was all good. It was all good. It's all love. Yeah, a lot of these brown pieces shattered as well. Holy smokes. Typical Lego pieces. Lego brown pieces. Always shattering. Ridiculous. All right. Dang, I feel like I should wash these. I should wash these things because these things are they're filthy. Really is. Fortunately, I do have Lysol, so I'm gonna go get some Lysol. Let's switch up. Let's switch up this music a little bit. Let's get some. All right, be right back. All right. Woo! Tasman, what's up, man? How you doing, mate? Brick Fury, good to see you. I know, right? Good for Lego and gas. All right. It's not 100% clean. So for those who are just joining, we are literally rebuilding my Stormbreaker. My Stormbreaker that stood 3 feet. I'm gonna rebuild it. It was damaged during a show that we did, the show of Buddy versus Christmas. So, and I'm going to put a bag in this because, like, again, this is filthy. So I'm going to put a bag in it. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to put a bag inside this thing. Okay, YouTube, I know you guys really can't see the process. So you guys are going to get to see, unfortunately, you're going to see a little bit of my ground. Now, don't judge me. You know, I'm a Lego instructor. So I have Lego usually scattered around the place. So please, no judgment. All right, YouTube. Let's mute that. There we go. Oh, no, let's put this here. Okay. At least I scored a free bucket. That's always a good thing. So there's a bag in here. We're gonna separate these bricks. So I'm gonna leave the brown ones in here, and I'm gonna put the silver ones and gray ones inside of the bucket. So it took me a long time to build and perfect this Stormbreaker. You know, I've traveled with this Stormbreaker, so kind of upset that, you know, it went down the way it did. But, you know, things happen, mistakes happen. So I don't hold anybody, you know, responsible. You know, I knew the risk when I got involved. So I'm just sad that a lot of my brown pieces got demolished. And, you know, I'm actually working on a pretty big project coming up, and I'm going to need a lot of brown pieces. So this is just discouraging to me to know that these brown pieces, you know, are easily destroyed and easily damaged. It's kind of sad, but, you know, it is what it is. But how was everybody's weekend? Corey, in about an hour, I'll be doing a new tutorial. I don't judge only. Nice, Brickman. Brickman is doing a tutorial, guys. Please go check it out when it's out. For the love of Lego, good to see you. Wow, there's pieces everywhere. Yeah, now I feel like I need to put water on these things, because now the disinfectant is sticky on it. So for those who are just joining, weekend was good. How was mine? Mine was pretty good. Had a great class. Yeah, we had a great class on Saturday and Sunday. The class we taught was the class I taught was up and away. So I taught kids about airplanes and air flight. The first vehicle that ever technically went up was a hot air balloon in the 1800s. And then yesterday was International Women's Day, so I did a project for Amelia Earhart. So that was really cool. So a lot of the kids, especially the girls in the class, who may not have known a lot about Amelia Earhart, they were able to learn that she was the first female who flew solo across the Atlantic Ocean. So that was really good. I was really happy to be able to do that. And other than that, the weekend was really good. Man, I didn't realize that so many of the brown pieces got destroyed in this process. Man, that means that it had to have hit the ground with such velocity that it just shattered everything. That's insane. But that's why we're here now. So I'm gonna rebuild my Stormbreaker. Look, it even got pastry. Look at that. It even got pastry in the bricks. You guys see this? Let me see. Look at that. It even got pastry in the bricks. I'm gonna have to talk to Buddy. Let him know, man. Listen, man. I love you, bro, but you guys got all types of stuff. This stuff is sticky. My Lego was sticky. Had I known, I'd have threw it in the wash for a little bit. But it's too late for that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Man, oh man. Fred Noonan was her navigator. He must have been drunk. Oh my gosh. You have to get the brown pieces eco-friendly in case baby might mistaken it for chocolate. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I wasn't planning on cleaning them, to be honest with you. I was planning to just start building. But what I usually do to clean Lego bricks, especially bricks that I order, I usually put them in a laundry bag, and the laundry bag is transparent. So I put the Lego in there, I zip it up, toss it in the wash, put it on the low cycle, put some soap in there, maybe some bleach, and then clean all these Lego. So, but again, I don't know if I want to do that with this, to be quite honest. But oh yeah. So remember last week I was asking you guys about if you guys can help me find a 300-piece set that I'm going to build in front of my students, because since they questioned my my ability to be a Lego master and stuff like that. Dishwasher works as long as you man, these things are filthy. Oh boy. Yeah, you know what I could do? I could wash it. I could wash the grays, and I could start the browns tonight. I could start building the stem, and I could wash the grays and have the grays ready for tomorrow. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, the dishwasher is fine. Just it's all about the temperature of the water. So you don't want to warp your Lego pieces, especially your base plates. I know a friend who put base plates in the dishwasher, didn't change the temp, and warped all of their their base plates. So gotta be careful of that. Yeah, so I asked you guys for some help with those with a set. So the sets that I gave to the kids, I said, hey, I kind of did a quick poll, and these are the sets that a lot of people would like to see. Suggestions, they were like, yeah, we don't want any of those sets. So it's between two sets. It's between the Monkey Kid. Hold on, let me see. It was the Monkey Kid. Hold on, let me find where it is. No, that wasn't it. I think it was this. Yeah. So it was the Monkey Kid. It was between the Red Sun Inferno Jet Monkey Kid set or the Armored Assault Tank from Star Wars. So both of those sets are under 300 pieces. Yeah, you guys got rejected. I'm sorry. I tried to pitch it. I tried to pitch it as best I could, but these kids weren't having it. So those were the two sets that the kids wanted to see me build in under an hour, which I feel I could do. The problem is I have 5 students in that class, so clearly I would have had a tiebreaker either way. But one of my students was sick today, so he didn't come to class. So the 4 students that I had there, of course, decided to tie. So 2 of them chose the Star Wars, 2 of them chose Monkey Kid. So now I have to wait until I have to wait until next week to show the kids so that the one that was missing gets to choose which set. So I'm gonna buy both sets. And then I'm gonna have it, and then I'm going to record it, me building this set. So next week you guys will find out which set they chose to go with. You know why, Cal? But the tanks on Star Wars are fictional. They're not real. They don't exist in real life. If that makes any sense, I don't know. That's their narrative. You know, that's their narrative. That's what they're sticking with. So I don't know. I always thought the same thing, man. I always thought the same thing. Like, you guys don't do no military stuff, but you do, other stuff. They have guns, like Lego guns and stuff like that. So, but I get it. I get it though. So, all right. Here's all of our browns, all of our grays. So, here is the massive chunk that was still there. So I'm going to break these down too. I remember it. Oh my gosh. I remember me and my brother, we were there at their studio a day before we started filming. And, I was building this thing and I'm like, all right, well, I got to change this thing up. I can't make it look like Stormbreaker. And he was like, man, you okay with that? You love that Stormbreaker. I'm like, yeah, but we're going to be on TV again. So, I'll sacrifice this, It's not like they're going to break it. So they definitely did that. But they compensated us though. They compensated us really well. We built the project that we built, our Ultrabot was about how many pieces? About 100,000 Lego pieces that we received during a pandemic, no less. And we only used about 75,000 pieces to build Ultrabot. So the rest of the 25, they gave it to us, and we split it amongst each other. So it was equally split up amongst each other. So I still gotta get Manny's his. So Manny, if you're watching this broadcast later, bro, hit me up so I can give you your share of these pieces. So I don't want to keep it. As much as I would love to keep it for myself, it was a team effort. Without them, the show wouldn't have been a success. We wouldn't have been a success on the show. So, I'm just really grateful and thankful to them for being able to build with me and my brother. It was great. It was so much fun. Buddy versus Christmas was so much fun. Because it wasn't in front of the Lego Masters Light. The Lego Masters Light, we were competitors, right? We wanted to win. we rooted for each other, but at the same time, we kind of rooted against each other because, if you're gone, then that puts me one step closer to the grand prize, and that's kind of how we approach things. It was a friendly competition, but we became family, and we wanted to see each of us succeed. But when my time was over on the show, I felt like me and my brother really didn't have a chance to really showcase, what we can do and who we can be. At the same time, I felt like we weren't really ready for I didn't feel we were really ready for that type of level of competition. Now, if I was approached to go to Lego Masters now, after this past year of doing nothing but building and continuing my teaching and just kind of pushing myself to build different things, yeah, I feel like I would have been a different competitor if I was to go today. Because the Lego person I was a year ago, even 2 years ago, filming the show, is a lot different than who I am today. So, but that's why Buddy versus Christmas was such a great opportunity, because it literally gave us new life. It literally said, guys, maybe you guys didn't have a chance to really showcase your ability, showcase who you are in Lego Master. We're going to give you that ability to do with Buddy versus Christmas. So I was very happy and very satisfied that we were able to do that and just showcase who we are and what we can be on the show. So that was really good, man. So I was really happy about that. And then on top of that, we had an opportunity to bring people who, to be honest, was close to us. If I had it my way, I would have tried to stretch that opportunity out to all of my Lego Master family, to be a part of the show. But due to COVID, couldn't do that. Only the people that were literally in the tri-state area were the ones that could do the show. And in a way, I kind of wanted them to do the show with me because there were aspects of the show of Lego Masters that I felt was a little unfair, at least to Mel and Jermaine. And I'm not saying that because they're black, right? But I didn't like the Babygate thing. The Babygate thing was like a huge, it was a huge thing. So it's a friendly rivalry, Corey. Like the Air Force and Coast Guards were both smart branches. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, you guys on the same team, essentially. So, yeah, so like when it came to the Babygate, I remember watching it at home. Because at that point when that episode came, it was around Thanksgiving, I think. So I was home with family. And yeah, I didn't like where they were going with that. I thought it was a little cheap. A little cheap to kind of manufacture that type of drama. And I thought it was poor taste because I can't speak for all of the people who've watched Lego Masters and enjoyed it, but I'm almost positive that Lego Masters, people tuned into Lego Masters to watch the Legos being, like, I said Legos. Wow, terrible. Sorry. People tuned into Lego Masters to watch Lego people build with Lego. I like to believe that's why they tuned in. They didn't tune in for the drama. So I thought the production company and the producers really missed their mark when it came to that. That Babygate really got me upset. How they get penalized. So for that bridge challenge, the rule for that bridge challenge was that you had to build your bridge to go across. Your bridge was supposed to be aligned with the platform that they gave you. So they gave each team 2 pillars made out of Lego, and their bridge had to stand like flush. I believe with Jermaine and Mel, I believe their bridge was half a stud off. So it was like right about here. So by the time they put the bridge together and they put it on, they were half a stud off. That's it. Or a plate. They were off by a plate. And because of that, they got penalized. They automatically got into the bottom, automatically, because they didn't meet the rules of the challenge. And and that was a rule that all of us, we knew that going into each challenge. We knew the rules, we knew what was expected, and that was it. You're there to perform and perform at your best. If you're not performing at your best, then if it's not good enough, you're going home. That's how they pretty much told us how this show was going to go. But again, it was I hated that Babygate, the whole Babygate thing. I hated that. And then they tried to do it again with Sam and Jessica with the what was it? With the rat, something in the dumpster, the raccoon in the dumpster or something like that. Yeah, I hated that too. Because they were trying to make that seem like it was something else. And I was just like, guys, like, you don't need to do that for Lego Masters. You don't need to do that for Lego Masters. Lego Masters is successful without drama, in my opinion. I don't think people were tuning in to watch drama. People were tuning in to see what people could do with Lego. Joshua, how you doing, my man? So I really didn't get it. So I'm rebuilding the stem. See, and that's how I got into this problem before, right? So that's the crazy thing. I really don't remember how most of this was built. So that's why we're here. We're rebuilding this. So I had an idea. I had a couple thoughts of how I wanted to redo this. I wanted to do some. I wanted to put some snots on the side and do some brick layout on the side. I feel as though I have snots. I have tons of browns that I could definitely put to the side here. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to build the whole thing with brick, and then I'm going to see if I want to do that later. So. Good. All right, Joshua, that's good, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear you good. What was it? I was tuning in to see the regular people like me can come up with creative ideas and make amazing builds. That's what Lego Masters is all about. That's exactly what Lego Masters is all about. The manufactured drama is not needed, in my opinion. Brick Princess Buttercup, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, it's like, oh, you were be all you can brick. That's what you was tuning in for the drama. All right, well, that's fine. That's fine. To each his own, right? To each his own. I didn't want to see that drama. I thought we were better than that. I thought our season was better than that. I thought our season had some of the most incredible and amazing builders in the world. I didn't think we needed to have a show that pandered to people, people's just wanted to see people implode, and that's the one thing about like American, like a lot of American like reality shows. It's like what do you call it? It's like, oh man, what's the word? It's like accident. It's like car accident drama, right? You have to look. You have to watch. You have to rubberneck. I think it's rubberneck drama. I don't know. But you have to rubberneck. You have to see. You have to see what's going on. You want to see what's going on. So you keep tuning in. And I'm like, come on, like we gotta be better than that. I mean, this is a show that kids could be, they could be inspired by the show, So we shouldn't be doing that. No, I was tuning in for the drama, and I was asking Cal if he Lego. Oh, okay. Corey, did any of your creations make it out alive of the show, or did they break it down? Unfortunately, the builds were broken down at the end of the show. At the end of each show, they broke down the builds. I think the only builds that survived each show was the builds from at the end at the final episode. That was like the only builds. Those are the only builds that they kept. So because they were the ones that were going to different locations, which they deserve to have their builds. They deserve to have their builds immortalized because they are the last teams. They made it to the end. Therefore, they're the ones that deserve that opportunity. So I thought I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. There's one over there in New York. We were supposed to go to that grand opening back in July 4th. We were supposed to be there. A few of us, but because of COVID, that plan got dashed away. So that stuff happens, and it's all good. I know those did. No, they didn't keep any of ours. I know the first one, I know the actual the theme park, Dream Park. That one was broken down. That was broken down immediately because we needed those parts. And then the Space Smash Challenge. Obviously, those didn't make it because most of them got blown up. Most of them got blown to pieces. I actually have a brick. Where's my brick at? I actually have a brick from one of the explosions that was right next to the dynamite. I think it was from Boone and Marks because I think they used. No. Who else had an explosion? It was three of us who had explosions. Boone and Mark. It was Boone and Mark. It was Aaron and Christian, and it was who else had explosions? Oh yeah, and it was Mel and Jermaine. Mel and Jermaine, they had the other explosion with Legor. I think it was Legor's guts. That piece right there is from Legor's guts, if I'm not mistaken. Elijah, how are you, my friend? Yeah, that episode was the most cringing to me. I was not liking that episode because guess what? I'm an educator, and my students, when they saw that episode, oh boy, did they let me have it. I was like, all right, guys, it's time to clean up. They're like, okay, can we throw it on the floor? Can we smash our builds and then clean it up? I was like, no, you can't smash your builds and clean it up. Like, you did. What am I going to say? I was like, well, technically I didn't do it. It was Will Arnett. Will Arnett did it, not me. And I was against it. If you go back and listen, you will hear me say, you don't smash Legos, period. Yeah, that was me. So you can't use that against me. But you can only imagine. First graders, that didn't play out. So I had to at least let them do that one time. And boy, did they do that. And guess who was there cleaning up afterwards? Yeah. Teacher of the year. That's me. All right, so we're getting that size back. Yeah, but yeah, that was the show was great. Lego Masters was great, but Buddy versus Christmas, that show was different. That show was really different. It to me, I wanted to give my brother and those who I asked to come on the show with me, I wanted to give them, a chance to, like you will hear, Mel says this all the time. And I called Mel up and I was like, yo, bro, what are you doing in the next few weeks? He was like, well, I got some stuff lined up. What's up? I'm like, yo, man, you want a chance at redemption? He was like, name the place, name the time, what we doing? I'm like, all right. As long as I know you down, what about Jermaine? He said, yeah, Jermaine's down. Don't worry about him. He's down. Just tell us when. I was like, all right, say no more. Say no more. Because he knew. He knew. He knew that the portrayal that they left them on the show with wasn't a very fan-friendly portrayal. And nobody wants to be left, with that type of impression. If the lasting impression that you got of like Sam and Jessica was Sam saying to Jessica, you don't know Lego, I don't think you know Lego. If that was the last impression, if they were eliminated that episode, that would be the lasting impression that you have of those two. Every time you see Jessica, you'll say, oh, you don't know Lego. And it was proven because you were gone the first. That's nobody wants to be trolled like that. Nobody wants to be bullied like that. And they don't deserve to be bullied like that. So I always thought that, the way that they left the show, make it kind of painting them in the image like, okay, yeah, they stole ideas from other competitors. I didn't think that was fair. I didn't think that's fair. And that's why I wanted to give them a chance to showcase what they can do with Lego, and showcase what they're able to do. And same thing with Manny. In a way, Manny was it was Manny and his dad. Him and his dad was like the team. And I felt like Manny could shine, without his dad. Not saying that his dad brought him down or anything, because Pops he's everything. He's everything. But I wanted Manny to kind of just have a chance to like just kind of bug out and be around us and and do all that cool stuff. So, that's why I asked him to join the team too. And of course, me and my brother we're attached to the hip. So anything I do, he's gonna do too. So but that's why I thought Buddy versus Christmas was a better experience for us. Just to be able to showcase what we could do. And it was for a good cause too. So that was always good too. So, but none of this would have started without Lego Masters. So without Lego Masters, none of that stuff would matter. So that's what it's all about. Ooh, snappy comeback. I didn't care. Oh, more. Yeah, listen, he's an acquired taste. He's an acquired taste, but down to earth, beautiful human being. Beautiful human being. He's a cool cat. He's a cool cat. The archives, you can see yourself. Oh yeah. Nah, I said something earlier on a post. So he could be someone from that post kind of trying to troll me, but I don't get trolled. Feel me? It was something about the upcoming Zack Snyder Justice League. They were saying like Steppenwolf, the villain of that movie. Steppenwolf wasn't the real, like that's not the real Steppenwolf. And I was like, yes, it is. That's the real Steppenwolf. I don't care what version Zack Snyder shows you, because that's not the official version. That's his version. The official version is what came out 3 years ago. So that's just how I feel about the whole Snyder Cut. The movie that came out 3 years ago was Justice League. I'm always going to see that movie as Justice League. As bad as it was, that's Justice League. Like I can't say that the Incredible Hulk that came out in 2003 never existed, and the Incredible Hulk that came out in 2008 was the definitive Hulk or the current Hulk. I can't say that because I saw the original Hulk. So that is the definitive Hulk for me. That's it. And it came out in movies. Now you reboot it, so you move past, you say, all right, that's the past, you move on. But if you're telling me that a movie that already came out and it's the same movie with the same characters, that's not a reboot. That's just a retelling of the same movie. So because it's a retelling of the same movie, I'm not going to now forget what happened 3 years ago. No, that movie is the definitive movie. It came out of movie theaters. All the other movies followed up after it. So, yeah. So, but whenever you say that, whenever you say stuff like that to diehard fans, they get riled up. So, I expect for them to. If they said something about Marvel, I would do the same thing. I would get riled up, but not as bad, because in my opinion, Marvel already, if there was a war between the two factions, Marvel already won it. So, at this point, Marvel is just doing their victory lap, just doing all types of other stuff, and DC's still trying to find their footing in a way. So, which is fine, Hopefully they can find their footing and they can give us some characters that we've never seen before properly. We still haven't gotten a Flash movie, still haven't gotten a Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, not even a proper Green Lantern. But we're getting another Superman. We're getting another Batman. To me, it's just tiring. I want to see new movie. I want to see new movies. I want to see new characters. I want to see new things. I want to see new things from DC. I don't hate DC. I just hate what Zack Snyder did to DC. And I'm a Zack Snyder fan. But, it is what it is. Lego Linnae. There you go. All right. So we're getting our size back. Getting our size back. DC is just straight Warner, laugh out loud, and the CW or whatever they're called themselves now. It is straight Warner, and it's unfortunate that Warner Brothers don't have enough faith in their property to really step out and do something different. Like Wonder Woman 1984 had so much potential to me, and they put her back to being a woman who's been obsessed about a guy that she spent like a few days with. I was upset about that. I was like, man, Diane Prince is so much better than just that. Like, she's better than that. She doesn't have to be, somebody's love interest. Like, we're past that. We have to be past that as a society, as a genre. We got to be past that. And it's unfortunate that they're not past that yet. So it's crazy. So boogie on down, the boogie down, 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 the boogie down, 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 the boogie down, down, down. Yeah, facts. Exactly. See what I mean, Cal? Person came in, said his words, out. That's what you got to do. Come in, say what you got to say, and then go. I'm the type. Listen, my whole entire life, I've lived by this moniker, right? When I was a kid, I wasn't the best and the brightest, right? I was an average kid, average student. I brought home C's, B's, and C's. I didn't bring home A's and B's. Whenever I did, the one time I did back in the 5th grade, I brought back A's and B's, and it was the greatest day of my life. Didn't happen again until I was in high school, but my parents was very hard on me. My parents were very hard on me. I'm the oldest boy in my family. My brother, obviously, he's the baby, and we have older sisters. But I'm the oldest boy, so I'm the first boy. So I'm the middle child, but I'm not the middle child. Go figure. And one thing my parents would always tell me is that I needed to be more serious in school. I needed to stop playing games. I needed to stop talking. That was my problem. I was talkative. I talked too much. So I remember one time I had a parent teacher conference, and I was quiet because I knew I was wrong. I knew I was wrong, right? Um, my teachers told my mom and dad, Corey's a good student, but he talks too much. They were like, Corey's a great student, but he just talks too much. If Corey did less talking and more focusing on his work, he'll be a great student. But he talks too much. That's his problem. And I'd admit it, I did talk a lot in school, but I talked because I really had no one to really talk to. I didn't have anybody. I didn't grow up around other kids on my neighborhood. Like the kids that were our age lived across the street too far. My mom didn't want us to interact with them and all that stuff. So, my mom was upset about that, and my dad was mad at that. They were embarrassed. I hate embarrassing my parents. And I remember in that conference, my dad had some harsh words for me, and my mom too. And even the teacher was like, whoa. I'm like, do you talk to your son like this all the time? I'm like, no. But he understands that we're very disappointed in him. And I felt bad. I felt really bad about that. I was really disappointed in myself. I let my parents down. I embarrassed my family. I brought shame to my family. So because I had to sit there and take that type of abuse, that type of verbal abuse, it didn't affect me in a negative way. It made me stronger in a way because, I wanted to prove to my parents I wasn't going to be some bum on the street, begging for money and everything like that. I was going to be no cruff. Anybody who has Caribbean descent, when someone calls you cruff, that's bad. So, so I knew I was wrong, and I knew I was bad. But I wasn't going to let that, spin me down a negative road. So when my parents said that to me, I said to myself, well, there's nothing that no one else could ever tell me that will ever like hurt my feelings. If my parents could tell me this, I gotta be able to take that. I gotta be able to take that. It's weird. It's a weird way of looking at it, but it is something that made me strong to where I've never been bullied. Never been bullied, never been trolled, never been pushed to feel that way. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people do get bullied, and a lot of people don't have a way of speaking out. They don't have a way of ignoring it. Some kids, they take their lives, unfortunately, because of bullying. And I wish if I could just pour in that type of mentality to them. It's not the best type of mentality to have, but it is a mentality, to not hurt as much, right? So I always looked at that, and I always said that to myself. And, that's why people who try to troll, other people get upset when people try to troll me. People get upset, and I'm like, nah, don't get upset. Like they're speaking the truth. That's how they feel, and that's just how it is. I'm not gonna censor them. I mean, if it gets out of control, if it gets to the point where the person is disrespecting the people who are in my room, people who are in my chat, if you're disrespecting them, then yeah, it's time to go. But direct all your energy, all your hatred, all that, bring that to me, because I can take that. Because you ain't nothing to me. Not saying it like that, but meaning, you're not my parents. So that means you're not going to be able to hurt my feelings, So that's just how I always approach things. So I'm actually using some of these cracked pieces to put as part of this group. So it looks, so I have like different pieces that looks a little like, crazy. So. Okay. Okay. Well, Brickman is there. All right. Nice. Irish. I grew up in East LA. I had the fight in me. Dad was a Marine and sent me back out if someone was threatening me. Wow. I tell you what, man, the Marines. I tell you what, man, my cousin, he's a Marine. Melvin, my cousin Melvin, he joined the Marines when we were. It was crazy because we met when we were teenagers. We didn't know each other, but we met. And they spent Christmas with us one year, and they spent Christmas with us, and that was really cool. But I remember me and him were talking. We was all about working out at the time. We were about what, 15, 16. So we was in the mirror like, yeah, checking out ourselves, whatever, right? And it was crazy. It was crazy. Like my cousin was like, "Yo, I'm gonna join the Marines." I was like, "You sure? Like the Marines is no joke, man. That's like you gotta have like some hair on your chest and all that stuff to be part of the Marines." I was kind of gassing it up, because I knew I had friends that were looking to enlist in high school. There was an RTC, they were looking to enlist. So he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna join the Marines. That's where I need to be. I like if I stay home, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna go to jail." Because he had a temper. He had a bad temper. He said, "The Marines is gonna set me straight." I said, "All right." So sure enough, he joined the Marines, set him straight. Been in the Marines ever since. Now I don't know if he's I don't think he's retired, but I know he met his wife. And they have 2 or 3 beautiful children, I believe. So that's always a beautiful thing, All right. So we're getting up there. I still gotta make this bottom part a little bigger, because this bottom part kind of goes outward a little bit, a little bulbous. And we gotta gonna finish up this top here. Hope you guys appreciate this this transparency that I'm giving to you guys. At the end of the day, without Lego Masters, most of you guys probably wouldn't even know who I am, right? Most of you guys were following me because of Lego Masters. So, I always want to be transparent with you guys, and keep it real. We can have fun, we can laugh, we could always do that stuff. But there are sometimes, I think it's cool to like kind of just kick back and just talk. I'm not Lego Master literally put my business on Front Street in a sense. So there's nothing really there. So nice to all my military guys. Usually had a starter wife. That's usually the case, right? That's usually the case. But it's all good, That is always the case. Annie! Tea with Annie! Oh my gosh. Guys, if you haven't done so already, since I just saw your name pop up, Annie, if you haven't done so already, go check out Tea with Annie. She has this incredible photography album, or this album of photos. Beautiful. Beautiful. I saw that and I was like, man, salute to all the women in the world, yo. Today I was talking to my mom and I was just like, yo, I was like, Mom, Mom, it's, it's crazy, because, you gave birth to me. You gave birth to me. I think women, with like, to be able to reproduce is just incredible. Like the process, there's such a process that goes on with that, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look how bad this crack was. My goodness. And guess where I'm going to put it? Right here. I'm going to replace one of these good bricks. I'm going to replace one of these good bricks with this. Birth is a crazy thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was a stubborn baby when I came forth. I may have to put this underneath. Yeah. So you don't know the story about this, Annie. Let me and for those who just joined, let me repeat the story real quick. So outside of Lego Masters, you know, last year I was approached by Cake House Media, and they wanted to do a show. They had a show in mind called Buddy versus Christmas. If you see that little white and the little holiday ornament wreath thing, whatever, and candy cane, that's a big check. So they said, we would love to have you and your brother on the show because Buddy, the cake boss, he builds cakes. You guys make Lego. So we would love to have you guys on the show. So we did the song and dance. We got on the show. We brought 3 other Lego Masters with us, and we competed against Buddy. It was a great show. Part of that show, I brought my Stormbreaker. Now, my Stormbreaker was once about this, not this big, but it was about this big. And this Stormbreaker from the Avengers, Age of Ultron, my Avengers thing in the background, you can't see it, but the axe is there. It's a big axe, basically. And I had this big axe, and I brought it on set, and they said, hey, we would love to use this big axe on set. We would like to put it in the background of Buddy's thing so that when Buddy's building and he's making his cake, he can always look at the axe and say, wow, look what these guys did with Lego. We really got to step our game up. So they had my axe in the back. I redid the axe so it doesn't look too much like the Marvel version. And they had it there. So they filmed the skit where they were going to take the axe and they were going to swing it into one of the into the cake. And you Lego is more for presentation, not necessarily functionality. If they wanted me to make it functional, then I would have needed like a couple more, like a week or two to stabilize the inside parts with some technique and all that stuff. So my man, his son picked up my axe like this. So the heavier part of the axe was up here, and he was holding it from here. Good and well, you're supposed to hold it like this. Spread out your weight and you have more control. But he swung, so he picked up the axe, and as soon as he went back like this, the big part of the axe fell, and it shattered. So that's why I have some cracked brown pieces in here, and all of my silver pieces. So we're rebuilding Stormbreaker. So that's what we're doing for the next few days. Hopefully this should literally take by the end of this week. If I do an hour a day. But this should be at the end of the week. Stormbreaker. All right. So yeah, it was really they were going to use it for the episode, but they felt so bad. They kept apologizing. They were like, oh my gosh, Corey, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. We did not mean to do this. This was not part of the show. We were just trying to film a skit where, he was going to take the axe. He was going to swing it into the cake and have it like kind of hit the cake and stuff like that. And we were going to show you guys, but we didn't mean to have it shatter. We're so sorry. I was like, dude, it's okay. It's okay. I can rebuild it. That's the good thing about Lego. You can build it. You can build it better. So that just means I have to rebuild it and make it stronger. That's it. So. But I didn't realize that at the time, I didn't realize that most of the brown pieces fell too. And once those brown pieces fell, that was it. Yeah, I saw your comment. A lot. What was it? There it is. King Ezekiel. Corey, the longer your hair gets, my man, the more you're going to have to buy a pet tiger and start speaking. Yeah. Listen, man. Listen, I was supposed to get my hair retwisted yesterday because like once it gets to like once it starts to unravel at the roots, that means it's time to get it retwisted. And I didn't get a chance to get it retwisted this weekend. So hopefully this weekend I can get it retwisted. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna let my hair grow. Honestly, this is the longest I've let my hair grow. I started growing my hair during COVID. Technically a little bit before COVID. So I said I was going to let it grow until the season finale of Lego Masters, and I was going to cut it. Get back my shortcut and everything like that, cut the beard and everything like that. But then COVID happened, and then I was like, well, I'm not going nowhere. So because I'm not going nowhere, I'm not doing anything really. I let this COVID beard grow out. I let this COVID hair kind of grow out, and now it's starting to twist up and dread up. So, you know, my hair grows fast. So if I cut this whole thing off, it'll be back in like 6-7 months. Maybe not as long, but it'll be thick. So it doesn't look bad. I'm just saying. I'm not going to get a pet tiger. I'll build a pet tiger. I'll do that. I'll build one, but I'm not going to buy a pet tiger. All right, guys, we are running out of. We're not running out. We are overtime. So I'm gonna finish do this right here. We're gonna put these here. All right. So this is how much we got so far of the stem of Stormbreaker. I'm gonna check and see if I have any snots. I feel as though I do. I'm gonna grab some snots and I'm gonna try to give it some of that realistic type of look in certain places. But yeah, so we're good. I'm gonna wash the rest of this stuff, the gray pieces. I'm gonna wash those pieces and get those pieces clean. And then tomorrow, we're going to try to finish at least the Groot part of our Stormbreaker. So, yeah, this is my Stormbreaker. Big hit with the kids. Kids loved it. Kids loved it. They wanted to take pictures with Stormbreaker, not with me. They were like, ooh, I'm like, you notice me? You Stormbreaker. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. You want to take pictures with Stormbreaker? Yeah, yeah, move out the way, sir. They're taking pictures. They're doing all that stuff with my Stormbreaker, and I'm like, I'm not in the picture, so I guess I'm not important. They're like, oh, thank you so much. Were you on Lego Master? I was like, yeah, you want a picture? No, it's okay. Just a Stormbreaker. I'm like, great. Great. Glad I could make your dreams come true. All right. Gotta love kids. Guys, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, brothers, sisters, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to my many stories. I got some more stories for Buddy versus Christmas. I'll share with you guys tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys have a great week if I don't see you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for kicking it with the kid. I will see you guys on the next go round. So take care, everybody. Later.